Hello everyone, hope you all fine. Today I Lakshmi Negi again with you with my new video. In this video I will explain you exercise 8.2 question number 4th onward till question number 3rd and midpoint theorem I have explained you in my previous video. Now moving to the question number 4, I am going to read the question number 4. ABCD is a trapezium. You can see that it is a trapezium. It is given in the question. ABCD is a trapezium. AB, that's mean this side. AB side is parallel to DC. It is given in the question. And BD, you can see that BD is the diagonal and E is the midpoint of DA. This is the midpoint of DA. That's mean DE equal to EA. You can see that it is all given in the question. Now what you have to prove? See, you have to prove that A is parallel to through E is parallel to AB, and this line AE is also parallel to AB. It is also given in the question. Now you have to prove that, show that F is the midpoint of BC. That's mean you have to prove that F is the midpoint of BC. Okay. Now moving to the question, see what you have to do. First you can see that since if you will see only triangle DAB, if you will see the triangle DAB, you can see that E is the midpoint of DA. And this line is parallel to this. You can see that half of the part we have given. If you will see the midpoint theorem, you can see that half of the part, that's mean in the midpoint theorem you have given the 2 points are the midpoints of the sides, and this will be the parallel to the third side. But in this question you have given that E is the midpoint of DA and DB, or you can give any name to this point. You can give this as G. You can say it as G. You can write it G. So you can see that EG is parallel to AB and E is the midpoint of AD. So by converse of midpoint theorem, you can direct write that G is the midpoint of DB. Now moving to the next triangle, if you will see the next triangle, as we have already proved that G is the midpoint of DB. Now moving to the triangle DBC. You can see that G is the midpoint of DB and GF is parallel to DC. Hence we can say again by converse of midpoint theorem, the F is the midpoint of BC. I will show you the solution also. You can see that it is a trapezium, and in this trapezium I have given that F, the question is given that F is the midpoint. I have written that since F is the midpoint and FG is parallel to AB, hence you can say that G is the midpoint of PB by converse of midpoint theorem. G is the midpoint of. Similarly, now in triangle this one, the BDC, G is the midpoint, hence and GF is parallel to DC. Hence we can say that by the converse of midpoint theorem, again F is the midpoint of DB. We have written here. You can see that this F is the midpoint of this. Now see that in parallelogram ABCD, E and F are the midpoints of side AB and CD respectively, and show that line segment AF and EC trisect the diagonal BD. So first you should understand what is given in the question. You can see that ABCD is a parallelogram. That's mean you can see that the opposite sides will be equal to each other. Hence AB is parallel to DC and FC will also be equal to AE, and E and F are the midpoints of side AB and BC. This you have to understand. Since this whole is parallel to this whole, therefore FC is parallel to AE and FC is also equal to AE. So we can say that AECF is a parallelogram. This is a parallelogram. So you can see that EQ is parallel to AP also. Now what you have to prove? That you have to prove that this DB line, this AE line and EC line, these two lines are trisecting BD. That's mean you have to prove that DP equal to PD is PQ is equal to QB. This you have to prove. Whatever I have told you in this parallelogram, I have just written here. You can see that ABCD is a parallelogram. You can see that ABCD is a parallelogram. This is a parallelogram. So in this parallelogram, what we have done, see that AB is equal to DC. This AB side is parallel to DC and this is equal to DC also. You can see that. So half of the AB, half of AB, that's mean AE. AE is equal to EC and AE is parallel to EC. Hence you can say that this one, whatever this AE AEFC is a parallelogram. I have written here, you can see that AEFC is a parallelogram. Now you can see that AF is parallel to EC. AF, that's mean this one part, only this one part, you can see that this whole part is parallel to this part. So you can say that AP is parallel to PQ also. So by midpoint theorem, you can say that if E is the midpoint of AB and AQ is parallel to AP, so by the midpoint theorem, you can say that P is also the midpoint of PB. As I have written here, you can see that E is the point, therefore Q is also the midpoint of PB. So that's mean you can say that if Q is the midpoint, hence PQ is equal to QB. PQ and QB, these two will be equal to each other. These two will be equal to each other. Now moving to the next triangle, if you will see this triangle, now if you will see the triangle carefully, this one triangle, the triangle DQC. This DQC triangle, if you will see carefully in DQC triangle, you can see that F is the midpoint. It is given in the question. You can see that F is the midpoint of this, and we know that AF is PF is parallel to CQ. CQ, we have already proved it because this AECF is a parallelogram. So you can say that if F is the midpoint of DC and AP is FP is parallel to CQ, as I have written here, you can see that this one. So you can say that P will also be the midpoint of DQ. This you can see that P is also the midpoint of CQ. This it's not OQ, it's DQ. You can see that in this figure also. It's DQ. P is the midpoint of DQ. So you can say that DP is equal to PQ, as I have written here. DP is equal to PQ. If you will see this equation number 2, DP equal to, it's DP. DP equal to PQ. You can see that here. And PQ is equal to QB in equation number 1. You can see that. So from equation number 1 and 2, if you see these equations carefully, you can see in the figure, this DP is equal to PQ and this PQ is equal to QB. Hence we can say that all these three parts are equal from equation number 1 and 2. So you can say that AE and EC are trisecting the line DB. Now moving to the next question, question number 6. I am going to read the question number 6. Show that the line segment joining the midpoint of the opposite sides of a quadrilateral bisect each other. You should understand this question, that in this question it is given a simple quadrilateral. It's not a rectangle, rhombus or any other known quadrilateral. It's an unknown quadrilateral. So you can see that I have made the figure for that. It's an unknown quadrilateral. I have made it, and you have to prove that the line segment joining the midpoint. So I have locate the midpoints also. You can see that the locate point P, point Q, point R and point S. These are the midpoints of the sides respectively, and you have to prove that the line segment joining these 2 points, that's mean the pair of points, these 2 lines are bisecting each other. That's mean if I just write the name as O, this point, so we have to prove that POR is equal to OP and SO is equal to PQ. This we have to prove. So for that you have to do the construction. You have to join SR, you have to join PQ, and first just see these two. If you will see these two triangles upper and down, you can see that, and you have to join the diagonal also AC. So you can see that SR and SR is half of AC by midpoint theorem, and similarly the PQ is half of AC again by midpoint theorem. These two lines are equal to each other, hence SR is equal to PQ. These two sides will be equal to each other. So you can see that, and similarly if you will join the another diagonal BD, so you can see that this line PQ and RQ, again these two lines are equal to each other, and this is equal to BD diagonal. So you can say that the opposite sides are equal, hence you can say that PQRS is a parallelogram. I will show the solution also. Just see this question carefully. You can see that I have made a random quadrilateral as I have made earlier, and these are the midpoint, and you have to already prove that PQ is parallel to SR and PQ is equal to SR. this one. Otherwise, you have just taken SR is parallel to AC. You can prove it just by taking it only. SR is parallel to AC by midpoint theorem. Similarly, this SP is parallel to RQ. These two are also equal to parallel to each other. Hence, you can say that PQRS is a parallelogram. And if you see this PR and SQ diagonal, because this required. So these are bisecting each other. We have to prove that OR, this OR is equal to OP and this equal to. Hence, we know that PQRS is a parallelogram and we know that the diagonals of parallelogram are bisecting each other. So we can directly say that OP is equal to OR and OS is equal to OQ. You can see the solution we have written here also. Since the diagonals of parallelogram are bisecting each other, hence the diagonals are bisecting each other and we get the answer. See, I am going to read the next question. ABC is a right angle triangle at C. You can see that I have just draw this. ABC is a right angle triangle at C. A line through the midpoint of M. So you can see that a line through the midpoint hypotenuse M is parallel to BC. You can see that a line which is parallel to BC, I have draw it, and this intersect AC, this AC line at D. So you have to prove the first part. D is the midpoint of AC. This you can just prove with the converse of midpoint theorem. You can see that if M is the midpoint of AC and MD is parallel to BC, so by the midpoint theorem you can say that D is also the midpoint of AC. You can prove it. Now you can see that the second part, MD is parallel to AC. This MD is perpendicular to AC. That's mean this is the AC and you have to prove that this is perpendicular. That's mean angle ADM is 90 degree. This you have to prove. Now see, for that what you will do. I will show you the solution for that. So you can see that this is, as I have done for you, you can see that DM is parallel to BC and DM is the midpoint of AB. Hence you can say that D is also the midpoint of AC. Hence this therefore the first part, D is the midpoint. This first part is proved. Now moving to the next part, MD is perpendicular to AC. That's mean you have to prove that angle ADM is 90 degree. This you have to prove. Since if you will see this figure carefully, you can see that angle C is 90 degree and this is parallel to this. Hence you can say that angle ADM and angle DCB, these will be corresponding angles and these will be equal to each other, as I have written here, corresponding angles, and this will be perpendicular to this. Now moving to the last part, C. So in the last part of question number 7, you can see that you have to prove that CM, that's mean this line, this CM line is equal to MA. That's mean this is MA. This is MA and this is half of AB. That's mean this is half of AC. Since we know that AM is already half of AB because M is the midpoint, it is given in the question, but you have to prove that CM is also equal to that. For that, you have to prove two triangles congruent. I will show you which two triangles. These two triangles, triangle ADM and CDM, you have to make congruent, and if you will see it carefully, you can see that angle 1, or you can say that angle ADM is equal to angle MDC, both are 90 degree and this is common, and AD is equal to DC because D is the midpoint of AC. We have already proved that. From SAS congruency, both the triangles are congruent. So by CPCT, you can say that AM equal to CM. As we have written here, AM is equal to CM by CPCT. And since we know that AM equal to CM and AM is already half of AB because this is the midpoint of AB. Hence this exercise and this whole chapter is finished. Thank you very much.